Hey, what's going on everybody? It's me, Double D, back again to talk about yet another gameplay system. Today's system in question, the implementation of dinars in the current season. But I do want to emphasize that I actually do want to talk about it and not just dogpile on with complaining around the system. Now, the way that this dinar system is set up, it really separates the players into two groups that are going to actually benefit from these rewards. The first group being the one that I think it's actually built for, anyone who is killing bosses between LFR and Heroic. Pretty big range. Covers a lot of ground, probably the vast majority of the player base. Now, what do they have to do? If you kill, say, Gallywix, for instance, on LFR, well, after you get your puzzling cartel chips, the dinar, you get to go and purchase up to Heroic level of Gallywix loot. Awesome. That rules for you. Congrats on your best in slot gear because you don't give a shit about what's going to drop in Mythic and Heroic is your cutoff. Awesome. Glad you guys got it. Now, if you are not in that first group, then you will find yourself in the other group, the group that cares about Mythic raid level loot, who wants the best in slot gear from the Mythic track system. Now, there is definitely a world where you can turn around and say, hey, if you want the best items in the game from a specific bit of content, go out there and do it. I understand that, but that is not the world that we are operating within. Players wanted this system. The system that Blizzard has already previously designed. With a little tweak that makes it worse. They've already been there, but players wanted it. We wanted this implementation to come. We want it in the current seasons because it feels good to get items you like. And these are the players that it affects negatively, right? Because if you find yourself in this zone, either a high Mythic Plus player that's trying to push IO and so you need the best items in the game, or maybe you just want it because Mythic loot makes sense for you. You've got everything else, but there's some raid items that you want. Or you're a Mythic Raider who would be really nice if you could get some Mythic track loot just to go ahead and knock out some of those best in slot items that are going to be few and far between across a raid of 20 if you're even killing it that early. Unfortunately, unlike the first group, you don't get to just go walk in and kill anything between LFR and Heroic. You have to have killed it on Mythic. That kind of puts you in a very weird situation, right? Like, let's say you're a Mythic Raider, but you don't want to use your puzzling cartel chips. Well, why wouldn't you want to use them? Well, because you'd like to use them on the best in slot items, but you kinda don't want to spend it on Heroic raid loot because you ultimately think that you're gonna replace it later anyway. And if you did go ahead and spend it, well, now you're spending it to progress Mythic raid fights that you're gonna clear, and then you would have unlocked the loot to begin with. Now, if you're on the other side of that and you're a Mythic Plus player, you eat shit. You don't get anything. You get nothing. And you should be happy about it. Mythic Plus players really do kind of get extra fucked because they spend the entire season, they get one Mythic item per week from dungeons specifically. Your Mythic loot, your actual stuff that you could get best in slots from, are resigned to the dungeon loot pools. And with these puzzling cartel chips, you can't even get that loot. So if you've been holding out for a specific dungeon trinket or something like that, well, tough shit, bud. I guess you should have joined a Mythic Raid guild, or pay for a Mythic Raid boost that's gonna kill all the bosses that you need to open up the loot on so that you can go in and actually purchase the loot that you need after you've gotten your time-gated freebies. Yeah, something like that. You see how that doesn't sound super good? Now, of course, the vast majority of the player base is going to be serviced by this reward system, albeit it's going to be doled out to them in a drip feed bag. I guess we're used to that with this patch, right? It'll be 9 weeks before anything else or something. I don't know. So those are the reasons why it kind of stinks, and I really think it would be better served if it was a system that served everyone on the same playing field, or, you know, was just the system you designed already previously before you went back in the oven and overcooked it. I don't know why we're doing that. If the reasoning there is that you don't want people to get done with the season too early, it's all retention metrics, I get that. I understand. It's a company that only has a few dollars and they've got to milk them for what they can. But when it's a player requested system that everyone wants and everyone would like to take advantage of, maybe we just let them take advantage of it and have fun. Maybe they just get to do it. I feel like I say this almost every single video. Design it for fun first. I understand. I know that if someone gets their best in slot, maybe that means they end up quitting the game a little bit earlier. I know I'm not some genius by saying that, yeah, Blizzard actually cares about monthly active user and wants you to keep coming back week after week after week. I mean, look at the way the patch is designed. But maybe it would be some easy pickup points with your community and your players to just give them what they actually asked for, and not when they say, hey, can I get a burger, you give them a turd sandwich. Now, after reading community feedback and talking with my guild about this implementation of the dinar system, I feel like more and more this is pushing me towards, why am I playing the season early on? Think about all of the things that are stacking up slowly. You've got mythic crafts, you've got catalyst charges, you have a stacking up raid buff, and on top of that, raid bosses are typically getting nerfed substantially from the start of the season to the end of it. And now on top of this, you've got the dinar system. So really, what's stopping you from saying, hey, what if I just come back in the last 2 months of the season, blast through everything super quick, and just move on with my life and go play something else? That being, if you're not eager and you actually can come into the game and hop into a guild or a team that has the capabilities to tackle whatever content it is that you want to do. Unless you're someone who actually cares about guild rank and when you got cutting edge, like, who gives a like, jerk me off, dude, fuck it. Or if you're a high IO player and you care about getting the world first runs of certain keys. Yeah, I could see the appeal. Now, of course, all of that goes out the window for me personally because I want to play with my guild. I want to play with my friends. I enjoy progressing the content with them, whether it be keys or raid. I like doing it with them. They're my buddies. They're the reason why I'm there in the first place. They're the reason why I even still play the game. Everything else are just little retention metrics along the way. Just tiny little treats I'm gobbling up because I'm a nasty little critter. But if you don't have that motivation and that's not why you stick around and that's not why you play the game, I think it's looking more and more enticing as systems like these get implemented to push you towards just log in at the end and get all your rewards then. Maybe, depending on who you are. If you're Jesse, there's no shot. You're way too dumb to do that. But overall, if this is the implementation of the system, I think the rewards should come a lot sooner if you're supposed to just spend them early, spend them fast. And if it's not just going to come faster so that people can actually utilize it or be given more chips so that you don't feel so bad about buying shit that you're just going to throw out and replace ultimately later, then I would say, hey, bring everyone up to the same equal playing field so that they can make use of the rewards too and feel good about using them. Now, my only argument for that is because it's fun and I like items and I want to have them. So there you go. I'm fucking put it right out there. I'm not gonna hide anything. I hope next time you get around to implementing the system, you just implement the one you made first. Quit doing this bullshit. Hey, Pickle. Hello.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm almost done. No, that's okay. Hey, you can come here. You can give you a kiss. Wow, sleepy muffin. Oh.
I took a 5-hour nap.
Wow, snoozy girl. Excellent. All right. Okay. Have fun.
Bye.
Get that cat out of here. He shits on the floor.